Hey guys, welcome to the MrMaple Show. If you're into bonsai, we've got a very special episode for you here today. We were very fortunate and honored to get to be on your podcast before. We've been wanting to get out here for a while. We're at Bonsai Marai. Please tell us a little bit about this place, man.
Yeah, it's super great to have you guys here. I've been waiting for you guys to come since we podcasted. I'd love to come visit you guys on your site out east. But welcome to Bonsai Marai. We're outside of Portland, Oregon. This is a 15-year project in the making that we've been kind of chipping away at slowly over the past decade plus. But we curate North American native trees that are anywhere from 10 years old to 1,000 years old in the garden. We work with ceramicists from around the world to create the pots that the trees sit in. And we're exploring the aesthetic of the native environment in the miniature tree form, trying to tap into all the goodness that Mother Nature gives us and the aesthetic that creates such awe and inspiring moments when we're out in the wild.
Ryan, I'm so excited just to be able to go around here and check out these bonsai that you've been working on and cultivating. It's truly exciting.
Cool.
It's really exciting just to be here and see this. You know, bonsais are always work in progress, but
Right.
to see where you have your collection, I can't wait.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm psyched that you guys are here, and I can't wait to show you around.
Guys, you're in for a good one today. We're going to let some of this talk for itself, so we'll play some music over this, let you check it out. I think you're going to love what you're seeing here. I'm already a kid in a candy store. I can't wait to get out here and run around and check some of this out myself. This one's going to be special.
Cool. All right, let's get started. Yeah, so this place started in 2010, and we had an unfortunate incident in 2020 where a portion of the garden and the house was destroyed. And so we've been rebuilding this place for the past 5 years, which has been, another journey. It allowed me to do it better the second time. Mm-hmm. A little bit of heartbreak. We tried to turn lemons into lemonade, but the metal structures are actually a very functional structure. We had a heat dome event in June of 2021 where we hit 118 degrees here, and it caused, significant damage. And so we recognized that we kind of had to scale up our environment for the trees. One of my big aesthetics that I play on is obviously a sense of scale and proportion, miniature trees, making them look big. So oversizing the structure is another one of the riffs on that motif of the art form and of this facility. But the core 10 is a shade cloth structure. In the winter, it's a rain and snow protection structure. And we're constantly working with regenerative agronomical practices to reduce our chemical inputs. We have 0 chemical inputs in the past 5 years on a regenerative agronomical nutritional system. And it has revolutionized the look and the feel of the trees, and as well as sort of what we feel like we're sort of paying back to Mother Nature in the practice of the art form. But yeah, you're kind of getting the grand view of the main portion of the garden here and the structure that anchors all of our operations for cultivation and protection.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, we have species from basically across North America. We have cultivated species from throughout Europe, and there's obviously a lot of Japanese traditional species that are cultivated throughout the globe, Japanese black pine, Japanese maples, etc. And we're working with all of them, right? And each one of those species gives us a completely different context to explore aesthetics, explore culture, explore the impact of the natural environment on the form of the tree. I look at trees as the great orator that connects human beings to the landmass in a single instance. You can get a 3,000-year-old story in a tree if you know what's going on. And so we spend a lot of time in the native environment, the bristlecones, the giant sequoias. In the western United States, there's something like 15 or 18 grand champion trees, oldest and largest of their species. We're using that antiquity to form our opinion and aesthetic of the work that we do here, which is a big deviation from the traditional model. That's more of a cultural aesthetic as opposed to a natural aesthetic. So inside of that, you'll see forests that are, torn apart. This is a Colorado spruce forest. This is a 3,000-year-old piece of limber pine deadwood that was burnt. This tree in composition has been through 5 different stylings. We just recently heavily aged it by cutting off a lot of the green mass, creating a lot of deadwood, which you would see in a very ancient spruce forest. And then we're constantly trying to age our compositions to show that next level of time spent in a rugged and harsh environment, which means, I've got to do the work to get out there and understand what the elements do to a form of a tree to emulate that in miniature. But that is what makes my practice different than everybody else. here, this is our container yard. This is where all the raw trees, this is where the raw trees come out of collection. There are people that are really proficient at harvesting trees, obviously with permission, completely above board. In fact, a lot of the collectors are harvesting trees out of sites that they're going to go clear for forest fire suppression. So we get in there first and we try to collect what's, possible to give it that extended life before it's eradicated. But they sit here for 2 or 3 years. They regain the root system, recover from the collection process. And once they're strong and healthy, we'll take them into the workshop and give them their first styling, where we'll use wire and techniques to bend their branches and start to form a shape that's reflective of where they came from and the age that the material represents.
This is so amazing.
Yeah, so there's some bristlecone pines, limber pines, Rocky Mountain junipers, ponderosa pines from the Rockies. We've got spruces from the Rockies, the Cascades, bald cypresses from the southeastern United States. Like, there's a little bit of everything here.
I'd imagine with all the fires here, rescue's a pretty big deal, because
rescue's a big deal.
Getting wiped out.
It's getting wiped out, and land managers understand that it's a balance to be struck between clearing the land to suppress fire fuel and understory fuel, as well as going in there and kind of stripping the land of its soul. So it's really nice to know that we can give those trees an extended life and continue to use them as ambassadors of the environment. That's one of our priorities. We want to leave this place better than we found it, and these trees are interesting. People are drawn to them, and so using them as a vehicle and voice to promote sustainability and conservation is a big part of what we do. So we're in the, we're kind of in our like winter preparation right now. We're like mid-October. First frost hits roughly middle of November. The redwood forest here was like my first really big gesture towards a macro composition of an old growth redwood forest. These were collected as logging slash off of the old redwood logging roads down in Northern California. And we've pieced this together. We built a structure around it to help it get through the winter. This will be fully pruned and wired this winter for the third time. We had to kind of reinvigorate the trees after being in the bonsai cultivation methodology for a while. Sometimes you got to let a tree be a tree. But this is always a composition that people kind of sit and just go, what's wrong with you? You know, but it is really fun. I got to climb up into it. I feel like a little kid when I'm like wiring it, but you know, there's all kinds of projects in motion here. We work with, like you said, metal fabricators to create some really radical structures and environmentally contextual containers. And then there's a lot of traditional ceramic vessels, which is sort of where bonsai origins started in Japan, or actually in China, and then eventually to Japan. But you're seeing a really broad scope of plant material, from a coastal oak to ponderosa pines, limber pines, Rocky Mountain junipers, Japanese black pines, Sierra Nevada juniper, to the coastal redwood behind you. So, you know, like, I really love the environments of North America. We do work in Europe and Asia as well, just trying to pull all that inspiration into the work that we do. And my big priority was merging the high level of craft and pursuit of perfection in the shokunin mentality of the Japanese approach, where I apprenticed for 6 years, with the wild, rugged aesthetic of the continental North America and in more ancient landscapes. Those forms had never really been represented in bonsai before we started. And so trying to wave the flag of utilizing these really ancient landscapes as inspiration felt only right for me growing up in the Rockies. So this is kind of where some of the more developed trees exist. We have about 900 trees here. So we're every tree is constantly in motion. And when, you know, a tree gets to a state where it's ready to be presented publicly, we'll go through and really doll it up and make it look like its most perfect iteration of itself. But when they're just here, we're performing more annual maintenance, managing strength, managing energy, managing nutrition, managing water. And we tend to let our trees be a little freer than a lot of other operations where there's a really tight and constrained control and approach, because we find it gives us the opportunity for the tree to weigh in on its shape and aesthetic a little more. So as opposed to being more dictatorial, we tend to be a little bit freer in our form while they're in this stage of constant evolution. And then when it's time to present them, we'll then sort of isolate those key features and that manifestation of wild and present it as the tree's kind of given us the opportunity to do. So it is a different vibe than you would typically see in a bonsai garden. And it really is a product of where I grew up, how I came to know the natural environment, and then merging that with the technique and that really significant pursuit of perfection that I learned through my apprenticeship in Japan.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I mean, and you're talking trees here that are, you know, tapping into mid to high hundreds, a few of them over 1,000 years old. So that's really, you know, you start playing with that kind of age. It's a interesting dance that we do. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's right of our 4-year-old trees above.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. I mean, and as you should be, as you should be.
50 years old.
Yeah. And you guys are coming at a really special time because you're getting to see some of the fall transition. The larches are kind of starting to turn. We had a really ruggedly hot summer this year. And so there's some what could you say, some fatigue on some of the trees. But like the beautiful part about the Pacific Northwest is the wintertime, the fall, the winter is really a time where the trees shut it down and cool down and regain their resources. And we do have a lot of vascular productivity here, which is why the nursery industry is so prominent in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
People typically say we grow roots really well here because of the light spectrum, because of our proximity north. But this is always the time of year where I also get to kind of rejuvenate my bonsai spirit, because the summertime with watering and care of this place this is a south-facing slope. It gets brutal.
Is all this hand watered?
All of it's hand watered. Yeah, and I'm the only one watering because watering is the biggest thing that we do. It is the most difficult technique to learn. It's the most impossible technique to teach. You know, I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'm 43, so 31 years, and I'm still learning a lot every year on how to do it better. Yeah. Yeah.
I love your gardens within the garden.
Yeah, well,
It's awesome.
I was a landscape designer before I became a bonsai whatever.
Legend?
Yeah, hobbyist turned obsessive turned professional. I mean, I basically assumed if I could do this as a profession, I could justify spending all my time and money on bonsai. And so that's what I did. But this is our deciduous garden, which we have a significant deer population that would love to get their grubby teeth on everything in here. Anything from really rare varieties of corkbark elm, Yatsubusa elms, coastal oaks, Japanese beech, European beech, trident maples, Japanese maples, pomegranates from the Central Valley, collected oaks from across North America, several different species of maples from shishi to the campestre, boxwoods that are Kingsville sports from Maryland that were the originals. This is a really interesting part of the garden for the diversity of deciduous species that we cultivate. Most of them native, Quercus guriana, Oregon white oak, maybe the only one that I know is a bonsai subject, very touchy in the roots, and that one happens to be a really good representation. But this is kind of where we keep the gates closed most of the time, but this is where I come to sit when I really need some space away from everything, because it just has this aura and ambiance in here of like livelihood that I really, really enjoy, and some really, really radical compositions playing with the deciduous model. Most people kind of think of the conifers as being your opportunity to do radical design things, but cantilevering pieces, challenging gravity, defying physical convention, these are all kind of part of what I'm constantly trying to push in terms of my design ethos and aesthetic, and leave spaces in my compositions for people to fill in the gaps of where that actually could be and what's not being presented literally, in terms of allowing their imagination to fill in. I really like giving people the opportunity to see whatever the tree conjures up and not try to make them experience what I am seeing, and giving them that opportunity. I learn a lot. It creates a lot more inspiration for me to push compositions farther in conversations with what people get from my pieces. But also, I just don't know how to do it any other way.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Ryan, thanks so much for having us here today. Such a treat. And what's a good way for our viewers to follow you if they want to check out what you're doing?
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure having you guys in the garden. Like I said, I was looking forward to it. Check us out, Bonsai Marai on Instagram, bonsaimarai.com on the internet. We've got an educational platform, live.bonsaimarai.com, where we can teach you everything that you need to know from beginner to advanced for bonsai education online. We've got a mobile app, Mirai Mobile, that helps guide you through the process of bonsai creation. So we are available. Come check us out, take a look, and we appreciate you guys for taking the time.
Oh man, definitely go check him out, guys. This place is incredible. Thanks again just for letting us come here. We're honored to be here, man. Thanks. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.
Thank you guys.